right now to benefit you moving forward. Waiting for shit to crash and waiting for Jesus to come back and all this other silly shit, forget that. You have time now. I don't care how old you is. You have time now to make it out. And here right now, and again, very unique opportunity if you're investing in crypto. This has happened before. Our parents missed the boat. You should not miss the boat. Understand what's happening and how you can benefit from this. Because if they knew, if they would have invested in Microsoft back then, or even Bitcoin back, a few years ago, Bitcoin has made billionaires, right? If you have 50,000 Bitcoin by 2017, you're a billionaire today, right? So it's so many things that people are looking at, and it's like this happened in your lifetime to where you had the money to be a multimillionaire and you didn't have no clue on what to do or how to make that happen. And I told you guys, and I don't like to say this because I still kick myself, I sold my Bitcoin low, I still hold 4 coins. But still, I sold way too early, and I probably should have held on to it longer. But, you live and learn. But here is another opportunity to blow up by understanding and being conscious of the situation going forward, right? A lot more knowledge is out there now with stablecoin and crypto than it was before, because I didn't really know, it was new to me. I didn't really understand what it would be and where they would go and take this thing. But when you start to look, it's the only way they can take it. It's the only way it can be what we expect it to be. And when you look even deeper than that, it's the only way the dollar can stay on top if they do exactly what they get ready to do right now. So again, we get into this deeper in society, and you got to pay attention to what the government has done with Ripple and XRP, and who's really going to benefit the most from that when this whole thing comes into head. So coming up Monday, the 14th is a big date, 16th is a big date. August 1st is a big day. It's a lot happening now up until this point, and you have an opportunity to really, do well if you're investing in XRP and XLM and other stocks, and stand poised and stand on top of the whole situation. But not to take away from my original point about understanding that the situation we are in is a situation of conquest, right? So don't get too caught up in constitutions. A lot of people hit me up about the constitutions and the amendments or what have you. This is stuff, again, that was put in place by people who conquered this country, and we shouldn't be super dwelling on what type of benefits we can get from it when the whole thing is bullshit and crooked anyway, right? What we get is what we get. But beside all that, personally, on a personal level, there's things you can do to benefit yourself and not worry about what constitutional amendment is supposed to benefit Black people as a whole, because it's been in place. Where are we, right? You have a few people that's rich. You have leaders that are taken out, leaders who sell out, so on and so forth. Where are you as an individual? And that's the thing. If you get yourself right, everything else will fall in place. If a bunch of people who got their self right are there in the same room, we already know what it took for us to get here. And then that unity will happen naturally, right? We don't have to go out and push for it and have people staring at us like we're crazy. Because when you start talking about positive, conscious things to people, not everybody want to hear that shit. They don't really care. They're thinking about bills and stuff they got to pay tomorrow. People don't really care about the ancient Egyptians. They don't really care about the history that we talk about, because they don't understand how that leads up to today and why you really need to have this understanding in your psyche, this history in your psyche, because it'll make you move different and make you understand things a completely different way. So with me, you guys know the past is everything. It'll help you build your future, understanding the past and understanding where we really are today. And so many people are just confused, and people just looking for the easy way out. So many people are just lost in their situations and having to get up and work and struggle all day for what? It's nuts. The whole system is flawed. The whole system is out of whack. But we have to live in it. And it's really nothing we can do unless you leave the country or what have you. But as long as you're here, why not dedicate your time and your effort into living the best life that you can, and to put yourself in a situation where you can do that? Who the fuck wants to get up and go to work every day? I don't understand how y'all do it. But it's just no way. I mean, you have to do what you got to work, but it's just like, there's no way I could do that for a long, sustained period of time without any growth in other areas that's going to allow me to get out of my job situation and build wealth somewhere else. That's going to be mine, right? Not for another company or another person, or so on and so forth. And you have to look forward into that. Like, where the fuck am I going to be in 5-10 years? Like, am I still going to have a job? All right, well, what am I going to do? And everybody's too busy worried about the now and not thinking about where the fuck you're going to be in 10 years. And that if you start something now and you put your time and effort into it, in 10 years, you're not going to have those problems. Whereas other people in 10 years are going to be like, damn, I should have. Or I wish I would have listened, right? So again, it's one of the reasons why I set up personal economics, one of the reasons why I set up the Amazon Shopify course, and how what's coming with the coming crypto and stablecoin changes and implementations and all the regulations, what have you, how that's really going to benefit everybody that's in drop shipping or have online business or doing anything or any type of e-commerce. You're going to benefit greatly from this. So this video is mainly for the people that's been hitting me up and saying, well, they can't do this, they can't do that. Well, the Constitution says, well, this amendment says this. It's all bullshit. It's stuff they created and made up for land that they stole and took. If you're a thief and you stole and took something and you made laws to put in place to benefit you, why would we think they would do anything, to benefit the people where they took it from, right? We're getting privileges. We're getting little shit that we get that's going to benefit them. It's like people are not seeing the big picture. That's why hip hop exists. That's why they allow it to exist and allow it to control and destroy the Black community, because they know it's going to keep us lost in that culture. Us thinking it's us, and we're not going to go out and speak on what I'm talking about or understand what I'm talking about here in this video to know that, hey, one, personal economics, and two, damn, if we did unite or get leaders in place to at least get us a Black political party so we can go and talk about this, it's one of the biggest reasons. How come everybody else has it, right? Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Asians, everybody, the Arabs here, everybody in this country, in America, has a political group that is lobbying for the benefit of their people, except for Black people. We are put under white folks, and we're under them. But what's happening is a breadcrumb effect that we're getting from them biting their big sandwiches and we getting the crumbs. It's like we have to accept what they're eating and take the crumbs from it. And we're thinking because they're setting up the table that we're going to have a seat at the table or we're going to eat at that same table. We're not. It's a fool's thought to think that. We haven't seen that. We don't have anybody to lobby for us and to go out there and say, this is what should be done to help the Black community. Yes, we have Black politicians. We have Jesse Jackson, right? We have people who have not done nothing for us as a whole, right? And we have not seen that. We have never seen it. And everybody sitting up here want to follow rappers and follow these people who are getting paid to lead us astray and think that they're going to be the voice of the Black community and do stuff for us to benefit us as a whole. It has never been done. It's not going to be done. There is no political setup. If we're going to play in their system, then you got to play by their rules. And we're not even doing that. We're not even in the game, right? We have nothing. We don't have a piece on the board. And that's having that political party. We don't have that. So that's what this is really about. So we talk about statutes and codes that's not even real laws or what have you, and Constitution and amendments and everything like that. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. It's like, why would we even go by that? It is what it is what you got to go by. Whatever they say goes, because what are we going to do? There's nothing you can do. So all you can do is understand this and thrive in their system and use it to benefit you as an individual and then go from there. If people join you, if it's people you can help, so be it. If not, then you're on your own, but sometimes it's the best way for you to get where you need to be. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that real quick because of questions that people had posed to me. So updates on books or what have you, I'm going to be making that announcement real soon. Basically, the case is over. I basically won. I'm just waiting for it to be documented and official so I can move forward. So as I said, when I put that video out, books will be released. I will be shipping books. There will be new books for sale. I'm also going to have a series of adult coloring books. Yes. So it's going to be called Coloring Conscious. Coloring Conscious is basically going to be adult coloring books that I have already set up in the works, that it's going to basically, a lot of people are into it. We do adult coloring books for therapy, but this is going to be a little bit different to where you get information while you're coloring. And it's going to look a lot different from what's out there. It's something that I had in the works before, but I didn't have time to get it out because of what happened with this court situation. But it's going to be, of course, conscious themes, Egyptian stuff, all kinds of conscious people that you probably never heard of, but you'll get that information as well as the picture, the color, as well as, information on what types of colors to use for certain things. So when I talked about the Phoenetians and Tyrian purple dye, what purple you should use to color certain things, with the Morax shell or what have you. Also understanding, certain colors that was used by the Egyptians to color certain things. So it's going to give you kind of like a mock-up of all that when you guys pay attention to the book. But that's coming out, as well as a bunch of other stuff that it's going to be in the works, or for the book release and the new book release. Some other little things. We'll get into all that. But yeah, again, I appreciate the patience on that, but it's going to be a lot to look forward to coming forward. Scholar Society members, make sure you guys are checking the calendar, check the app. New videos are going to be popping up. As I said, I want to wait till Monday to see what's going to happen with this whole thing with ISO 20022, the whole implementation of this and how it's going to change and what's really going to happen if certain people are going to be jumping on this. We should see a surge with XRP from this, and we should see a lot more people adopt this whole thing. Again, society members, you guys see that video a lot more in depth and what we talk about there. So there's a lot more to this. A lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people don't know and don't see right now, because there's a lot going on. It's a lot of chaos, but you guys got to pay attention and understand what's taking place. It's a lot that's happening that a lot of people are not realizing because you're too busy bickering about Trump and racism and presidency. It's all bullshit. There's an agenda out there. It's right in front of your face. If you look at what he's saying and what the man is doing, it's clear as day what's about to happen and how things are about to change. Now, on the surface, when you look at it, it's like, well, damn, if you really look deeper, all this stuff is really going to be beneficial down the line. It's going to be a pain in the ass right now, but down the line, it's going to be a lot more beneficial for people. It's going to kind of force people to get off their ass and do things. Now, is it going to stay like that? You know, what's the end game in all this? There's more to it. There's something sneaky, something sinister, or what is it? Because right now, it's looking like this dude is putting everything and doing everything he needs to do to keep the dollar in power and keep America in power where we are and to keep us on top. And if you understand history, understand what the powers that be are about, who they really are, it doesn't seem likely that that's the case. So what is it? What's going on when things surely look this way? How is it going to change? Because things really look good when you pay attention. Now, you're going to look at it with untrained eyes and say, well, shit, World War III about to come, the economy is falling, prices are up, so on and so forth. And you don't understand how that benefits an economy, how that's really going to help what they're trying to do, if you understand a lot to it. If you're an investor, then you can benefit from this. If you're investing, if you understand what these markets are about or where you need to be putting your money, you're going to benefit from this. Now, if not, if you're just a regular person, you're going to work and you're working 9 to 5, you are the people that they are using to get all this done. It's just that simple. This is what conscious means, man. Being conscious and understand what's going on and benefiting from it. It's not that many of us left. I mean, I can count on one hand the people that's on social media right now that's giving y'all real shit. Everybody else is piggybacking. Everybody else is putting out shit that I talked about a decade ago. They're just now putting it out. And people are just putting out content to create more content to make more money. They don't really care what's going to benefit you later on. They just care about the views and care about who's engaging what. Plain and simple. And I've been doing this for a long time. I've putting out enough information for years to show you where I'm at with all this. And like I said, it's a lot more to it. And things are not going to go the way we think it is. So you need to understand what way it's going to go and how you can benefit from it. Because if not, I mean, it's going to be a big problem down the line. So again, make sure you're in the right situation and you're coming out on the right side of all this. At the end of the day, it's up to you guys to really, as adults, as grown people, to make the right decisions for you and your family. And, you're already doing good by watching my videos. So yeah, that helps. But thanks for taking the time to watch. I'll see you guys next video. Scholars, I'll see you guys in the next meeting. Peace.